The European Space Agency is all set to launch the Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer, or JUICE, mission on Friday from its spaceport in French Guiana on an Ariane 5 launcher. Planned to reach Jupiter in 2031, the mission aims to carry out a detailed exploration of the solar system's largest planet and its icy moons, which potentially have habitable environments. JUICE has been constructed by an industrial consortium led by Airbus Defence and Space, a division of the Airbus Group responsible for the development and manufacturing of the corporation's defense and space products based on the parameters provided by the ESA. Only two other spacecraft have ever examined Jupiter: the Galileo probe, which orbited the gas giant between 1995 and 2003, and Juno, which has been circling the planet since 2016. Notably, by the time JUICE reaches Jupiter, another spacecraft, NASA's Europa Clipper, would already be orbiting the planet. Scheduled to be launched in October this year, Europa Clipper would arrive at Jupiter in 2030 and aims to study its Europa moon. According to ESA's website, the JUICE will make detailed observations of the giant gas planet and its three large ocean-bearing moons, Ganymede, Callisto, and Europa, by using remote sensing, geophysical, and in situ instruments. Scientists for quite some time have known that these three moons of Jupiter possess icy crust, which they believe contain oceans of liquid water underneath, making them potentially habitable. JUICE will help probe these water bodies by creating detailed maps of the moon's surfaces and enable the scientists, for the first time, to look beneath them. Although the mission will examine all three moons, the main focus will be on Ganymede, as it is the largest moon in the solar system, larger than Pluto and Mercury, and the only one to generate its own magnetic field. JUICE, which will move into Ganymede's orbit after approximately 4 of arriving at Jupiter, will use its suite of 10 sophisticated instruments to measure how Ganymede rotates, its gravity, its shape and interior structure, its magnetic field, its composition, and to penetrate its icy crust using radar down to a depth of about 9 km, ESA said. Another primary goal of the mission is to create a comprehensive picture of Jupiter by trying to understand its origin, history, and evolution. Scientists believe that this would help them provide much-needed insight into how such a planetary system and its constituents are formed and evolved over time, as well as revealing how possibly habitable environments can arise in Jupiter-like systems around other stars. JUICE will also analyze the chemistry, structure, dynamics, weather, and climate of Jupiter and its ever-changing atmosphere. As mentioned before, as the three moons, Ganymede, Callisto, and Europa, are believed to hold immense amounts of water, which could be around 6 times more than the volume of water in Earth's oceans, there is a possibility that life is present on them. According to ESA, life on these moons could be in the form of microbes. More advanced species might also be present, like the ones we detect in deep-sea trenches and at hydrothermal vents on Earth, such as various kinds of coral, worm, mussel, shrimp, and fish, it added. However, JUICE isn't equipped to detect life. What it is capable of is finding out whether there could be places around Jupiter inside the icy moons where the necessary conditions, such as water, biological essential elements, energy, and stability to sustain life are present. Speaking to Space.com, Adam Masters, senior lecturer in space and atmospheric physics at Imperial College London and a member of the team that built one of the scientific instruments for JUICE, said, "If life exists on these moons, we expect it to be in the water, and that's very hard to access. This is because," she added, "it's not yet possible to go very deep underneath the ice crust, where life might be present." Launch and trajectory. JUICE was to be launched on the 13th of April 2023 on an Ariane 5 launch vehicle from the Guiana Space Center, but due to poor weather the launch was postponed until the 14th of April. Following the launch, there will be multiple planned gravity assists to put JUICE on a trajectory to Jupiter, a flyby of the Earth-Moon system in August 2024, Venus in August 2025, second flyby of Earth in September 2026, and a final third flyby of Earth in January January 2029, JUICE will pass through the asteroid belt twice. A flyby of the asteroid 223 Rosa has been proposed and would occur in October 2029. Arrival at the Jovian system. When it arrives in Jupiter's system in July 2031, JUICE will first perform a flyby of Ganymede in preparation for Jupiter orbital insertion 7.5 hours later. The first orbit will be elongated, with subsequent orbits gradually lowered over time, resulting in a circular orbit around Jupiter. The first Europa flyby will take place in July 2032. JUICE will enter a high inclination orbit to allow exploration of Jupiter's polar regions and to study Jupiter's magnetosphere. Orbital insertion on Ganymede. In December 2034, JUICE will enter an elliptical orbit around Ganymede, becoming the first spacecraft to orbit a moon other than Earth's moon. The first orbit will be at a distance of 5 kilometers. In 2035, JUICE will enter a circular orbit 500 kilometers above the surface of Ganymede. JUICE will study Ganymede's composition and magnetosphere among other things. Planned deorbit on Ganymede. When the spacecraft consumes its remaining propellant, JUICE is planned to be deorbited and impact Ganymede at the end of 2035.